Well, we started off with eggs and we hatched a whole bunch. Then we lost a whole bunch. And then we were left just with a couple pairs. Now we have a whole bunch again. Say hello to this little bobwhite quail. Good morning, friends. Welcome to another fun one. Now here I am on vacation doing a lot of videos, and I'm glad you guys joined me for this bird trip and adventure. Today we're going to talk about our quail, guys. We hatched so many quail this season that we ask ourselves, what are we going to do with them? Well, we're going to get into that piece by piece, little by little, you know. But I will tell you, I do like having the bobwhite quail here. They add a different sound to the pheasantry. They you know, will communicate with the birds across the pheasantry. Yeah, and just a little bobwhite sounds, you know, are pretty cool. I'm going to keep them around. The Coturnix quail, we started off with those, and well, let me back up a little bit. I believe we started off with the bobwhite quail eggs, and then we got into Coturnix. Well, we got rid of the Coturnix. It wasn't for us. Those things, they breed like rabbits, I swear. I mean, it was like 100% fertility on the eggs. Yeah, completely insane. Oh God, I just tripled my numbers in like 2 hatches. It was so nuts. But it just wasn't for us. Now we have a whole bunch of bobwhite quail. A whole bunch. And we are going to get rid of some. We're going to sell some, of course, but we are going to keep some around. It's a very interesting thing too, because the bobwhite quail, which I do like their sounds and I like having them around, I like the snowflakes better, you know. Right now I only have a few snowflakes, okay, because I lost my 2 hens earlier in the season. I believe it was keeping them on the ground. It didn't really work for the snowflake as well as it did for the bobwhite quail, you know. I did lose some bobwhite quail and I was left with a pair. They had babies, and so many babies, and the rest is history. But I do have some snowflakes that I want to keep around. So let me show you my snowflake. Let me show you my snowflake. Really? Okay. So there's that lone female snowflake quail there. Snowflake bobwhite quail. And I'm getting lucky just having her, because like I said, I only have the 2 males over there in the other small pen. We'll go check those out in a bit. But she was outsourced. I got some eggs from a breeder, and she hatched from those eggs. So she's unrelated to the male I have, or that she will be paired with. But yeah, I'm going to keep those 2. I'm not going to keep these on the ground for breeding next year. I know she is on the ground, and I do believe birds raised on the ground that do make it are stronger than ones raised on wire. It's just the way I believe. But I don't want a chance losing anymore, so we're gonna put those in a hutch. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there behind me. This little golden pheasant, guys, which I believe is a hen, she is one sneaky little bird. She just snuck up behind me. I had this log right here to my back, turned around, and boom, there she was. But every time I come in here, she's a little sneaky. It runs in between my legs and all that. So yeah, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I had my snowflake quail in with the tragopons. And see, I had 2 pairs in there, right? I lost the 2 females, okay? When your quail are raised on the ground, I don't know, they just seem to get sick. With my bobwhites, it seems like with the regular bobwhite quail, it seems like the ones that make it and breed will be stronger, you know? I tried with 2 generations of snowflakes and they weren't having it on the ground. So I did put the 2 males, the 2 remaining males, in a raised hutch off the ground, and they're doing just fine. I really wanted to raise the quail with the birds, and they got along with the tragopons just fine. That wasn't the issue. The issue was them getting sick on the ground. So yeah, let's go check out those males. I'll show you guys what I'm working with over here. Okay, so this just started recently, where this male was getting pushed around by this guy over here. You know, before breeding season they were fine, but as breeding season progressed. This guy right here just wasn't having it with this one. But anyways, I built this hutch right here for these two to keep them off ground because I did not want to lose them, okay? I really strongly believe in raising my birds on the ground. I do, but I just said, you know, to hell with it. I'm going to put these off the ground and see how it works out, and they're doing great. But yeah, this is not a bad little hutch thing that I built, I guess. Kind of cool. Yeah, guy, get out of there. And this guy right here appears to be terrified of him. So we're gonna get rid of him and put that female in, and there'll be a pair. Okay, so as for mature snowflakes, I only got the 2 males here. Like I said, I'm gonna get rid of one and put that younger female that was hatched this year, and with him, we'll have a pair. But I do have a pair of the natural wild type bob whites. Let's go check those guys out. Now, I did name this video, what am I gonna do with my bob white quail, right? Well, I'm definitely keeping these two. These two are part of the pheasantry. They call out to the other birds around here and they fit right in. I love having the sounds. So, yeah, these two are definitely keepers. And I can raise them on the ground, no problem. See, they have some pine cones in there to mess around with. They do get their water dirty a lot. I raised it on a brick. Yeah, and they just, I don't know how they get it dirty. They're small little birds, and it's high off the ground. Gotta clean it out every so often, but yeah, overall, I'm very pleased with these bob whites. She lays very well. I get like 6 to 7 eggs a week out of her, so, and damn near 100% hatch rate. So you guys do the math. She's been laying for a couple months, month and a half, something like that. Today, as a matter of fact, I just set some Lady Amherst eggs, and now that's it. Lady Amherst, the yellow goldens, rough pheasants, whatever. I am done setting eggs, okay? Peafowl eggs, well, I don't got Kevin, so I know those eggs ain't fertile. What other eggs am I not setting? No eggs, just the bob whites. If I get any bob whites from here on out, maybe I'll put them in a small tabletop incubator or something. But yeah, I'm pretty much done with the incubators. So I tell myself. Yeah, right. Guess you came to pay me a visit. Hi, Gus. How you doing? I love you, buddy. You're my good boy. We love Gus around here. Ollie is teaching him very well how to protect the birds. And Gus is really good around the birds. Gus is so good around the birds, guys, that when he wants to walk down a certain path of the yard, if there's a bird there, he will go around it, around the building, just to avoid it, you know. He doesn't have to, but I admire that because I like my birds to be in peace. And when the dogs here avoid them and just let them be, they are in peace. That's a good dog right there. So let's go check out this group of quail. It just came out of the brooder a few days ago. Yeah, there's some pheasants in here too. But I have learned hatching these quail with my pheasants has worked out really well. They all run together. I believe I could raise these quail in with the pheasants no problem. I mean, into adulthood, especially if they were brood mates like this. But breeding season, I'll get to that in a minute. And not only so many quail chicks, so many quail eggs. We got quail eggs in the turners right here, quail eggs in the hatcher. So we're going to be overrun with quail pretty soon. So we have so many bob white quail chicks. You know, the natural wild type colored. We have a lot of those, and we're not going to keep, you know, a lot of adults, okay? Like I said, the snowflakes, we're gonna have just a pair for next year, and then we might keep a couple extra of the regular bob whites, but that older pair I showed you, we're definitely keeping those because they do really good on the ground. So yeah, we are moving forward-ish with the quail trip. You know, we're not gonna keep numbers like we do the pheasants, but I like having them around. You know, we don't expect to make some kind of major profit on them. It's just more of like having them around. I do need to set them up with a bigger pen though, because I don't like them in the small pens as much. Give them a little bit more space, maybe double the space that they have now. But yeah, that's our quail trip. And also, my wife has taken a liking to mountain quail. So I think someday in the future, we're gonna get some of those, okay? Because a buddy has them, and when my wife saw them, you know, she liked how they came up, and we're curious about her. So that really, you know, sparked her interest. And yeah, so we might get those someday. The Coturnix quail, I don't think we're ever gonna do that again. You know, they were fun, they were kind of cute and all that, and my daughter really liked them. Now, if my daughter wants to get them, of course I might get them, but as far as, I'm just not interested in them, you know. They bred really good, we did really good with them, but they didn't add that extra oomph to the pheasantry, if you know what I mean. Now, aren't those things cool? See why I have to have them around, right? Now, I want to focus more on stuff like this, guys. My Nepal Collige. I really like working with these guys. I haven't shown them as much lately. I got to do some more videos about these guys. But I want to get some more of these in the fall or winter. Start working with these. Okay, we didn't get any eggs this year, but next year it is on. Right, guys? All of you guys going at it. You get them, guys. Good job. Anyways, like I was saying, focus more on things like this. And this. And this. And of course this. And you know I got love for this guy. And of course my boys over here, the Three Stooges. Boss. Electric. And Popeye. Yeah, these two. All right, there's my quail plan, and I'm sticking to it. Of course, nothing's set in stone. Things could change, you know, but as for now, that's what I got going on with the quail, guys. So in case you're all curious, you know, there you go. Now, I did want to raise them with my pheasants inside the big aviary. That was the original plan of getting quail, is to be able to put them in the big aviaries. But, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you guys about breeding season. I said I'd get back to it. Before I get out of here, guys, I got to tell you about the breeding season, okay? Everything worked out fine. The quail were in with the Himalayan models, nothing going on. With the breeding season coming and low fertility, it made me think. And sure enough, I observed one of the quail getting a little feisty with one of the adult quail. Not Albert, or I'm sorry, with the adult Himalayan model. Not Albert, but the other breeder Himalayan model male. Yeah, I saw a quail going up after him, and he didn't defend himself. So that was it. Nobody messes with my models. I had to get him out of there. But, you know, the quail with Albert, that worked out great. That's what I wanted to touch on. During breeding season, I don't want any mishaps or anything like that. So raising my quail with the birds throughout the years, yeah, with the tragopans, it worked out great too. But during breeding season, I'm not having it. No one messes with my production. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging with me. This is your boy Ben for SplittinTracks Pheasantry. I'm gonna sign off, and until next time, guys, peace. Sorry guys if I'm always bouncing around when I'm talking, okay? It's just I always got a beat going on in my head, you know? Go, Albert, dig. Dig like you never dug before. You're getting it. That's one deep hole there, Albert. Martha, look at that hole Albert dug. It's impressive. There you go. Get it, Albert. Get it. Get it. I hope you find what you're looking for, buddy. Wow.